Hello, people. Thank you for looking in on this. What I'd like to do is just kind of refresh for you the protocols that we will be doing as we enter the yellow stage for church. Firstly, if you are a senior citizen or your health is compromised, I would ask you please to stay home. We don't want you down here. We will videotape the Saturday night Mass for broadcasting on Sunday, so you can go to the YouTube channel and see that. The Masses are the same. It's the 5 o'clock Saturday night Mass, 7:30, 9:30, 11:30, and the 5 on Sunday. So we'll run the 5. For the protocols, please, I would ask you to follow what the state has asked us to do, that in coming in to St. Thomas, that you have a mask on your face. Secondly, there will be hand sanitizer in the back of church. I would ask you just to do this with your hands, okay, just to sanitize yourself. And going into the church, seating will be every other pew. So there are markers, taped blue markers on pews that you're not supposed to be in. I'd ask you, don't remove the tape and don't go into those pews. I would ask you to try to make as much room in the church as possible to accommodate families, or perhaps maybe people that are getting in the pew with you. There'll be no handshake at the sign of peace. There will also be no singing as we know it with the missalettes. The missalettes are in the empty pew. I ask you to leave them there. Don't touch them. Don't touch those at all. For communion time, I'm asking you to come down to the center. We'll have the communion station spread out. Communion is going to be on your hand. And so I'd ask you to leave a space or two between yourself and the person behind you when you come down for communion. You can lift your mass up, take communion with your hands, and put your mask back down again. When you go back to your pew, I would ask you to stay in your pew to the end of Mass. When you're leaving church, you can use any of the exits, in the narthex or the side entrance, but do not congregate in the back of church or outside. We can't be outside talking with one another. The church can't be used for that. You just come in and leave it. We'll have bulletins. We're not having bulletins. You can look at the bulletin online. But we'll have collection baskets, so they're going to be at the exit of the church, so you can leave your offertory envelope in the basket when you come in or when you leave. If you're used to online giving and are new to that, then I ask you to follow that particular protocol. Right now, this is just a hit and miss kind of a thing for us. We don't know how exactly this is going to go. Again, we have to try to guarantee as much as possible everybody's safety. On Friday, the church will be completely deodorized and cleaned, and it will be locked. So no one will be into the church from Thursday night till Saturday night. The church will not be open. If you need time for prayer or adoration, I encourage you to go over to the chapel church for that. The important thing is that we all try to be safe with this. We will start daily Mass, too, on the Monday the 8th. And we got about 40-50 people for daily Mass here. It's not a problem for people spreading around in church. But again, there's no missalettes, there's no singing, there's no sign of peace. Communion time, you come down, okay, just a space between yourselves. After Mass is over, I'm going to ask you to leave by one of the exits and don't congregate in the narthex. If you have to use the bathroom before Mass or after Mass, I'd ask you to wash your hands thoroughly. There's hand sanitizer soap in there, and make sure they're dried. Okay, and when you leave over there, do not touch anything or anybody on the way out the door. Hopefully, we'll get through this soon enough. And we will videotape Saturday night Mass for those that are compromised or senior citizens that won't be coming down here for Sunday. So you'll be able to view that on Sunday morning. Again, I wish you all well. Let us pray for one another, for our church, and let us also pray for an end of violence that has ripped so many of our citizens across the country today. Have a good day, folks. God bless you all. Bye-bye.